Okay. All right, perfect. All right, here we are. Here we are. Let's go. Let's do this. What is going on, Chop Nation? I am JB, along with my host Jeremiah James, and we are Chop Talk. Here we are live, our first live show from Teak Neighborhood Grill here in Metro West. We are so excited to do our first ever live show. Jeremiah, here we are, Teak Neighborhood Grill, Arrowhead South, as they see on the sign behind us.
That's right.
How we feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. This is going to be an amazing game.
Yeah.
We have, we're just 8.5, 10 points up according to Vegas.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a bigger win, honestly. And some of the reasons why, JB, I think it's going to be a bigger win is because we have everybody back. Except for Mecole Hardman. Every single person is back, including Jalen Watson.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that or not, but
I did.
We're at full strength here for the playoffs. We've had a lot of time, to kind of get ready and rested. So we're here, and we're excited, man. We're excited here at Arrowhead South.
Arrowhead
here
South.
At Teak Neighborhood Bar here in Orlando. It's
yes.
Probably, if I had to guess, this is the largest concentration of Chiefs fans south of the Mason-Dixon line. I don't know if that's true.
It could be.
It could be true.
It could be true.
Yeah. We'll have to check that or not. But what are your thoughts? What are some of the keys to victory for you?
Well, first and foremost, we had a video that we made showing what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
But we didn't get an opportunity to share that video. So for all of Chop Nation that are watching right now, okay, for Christmas, my co-host here, my buddy.
Oh, man, look at that. We got the Chiefs shirt. But you got to tell him what's on the back, JB. You got to tell him what's on the back.
Asked me not too long ago, just before Christmas, what my favorite or who my favorite Chiefs player of all time would probably be. Now, I told him, obviously, I'm a Bucs fan, which everyone knows in Chop Nation. But nevertheless, I'm here. And I said, what is he asked me what my favorite Chiefs player was. And so I told him Priest Holmes. Priest Holmes was somebody that I had on my fantasy teams, for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I was like, one of the best running backs in the league during that time.
Right.
And so here he did, authentic, great Priest Holmes jersey, Chiefs jersey.
That's right.
He did me a favor and put it in semi-Bucks Florida State colors for me.
It's a modified jersey.
So that way
Bucks Chiefs.
Yeah, so that way I could wear it today and not get kicked out. Yeah. I thought about just, really ruffling feathers and coming in today, Bucks jersey,
Full
all
Bucks.
that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. But I was like, no, that's okay. But yes, today should be a decent matchup. But yes, you are absolutely right. You guys are at full strength. The spread, I believe, is only about 8.5 right now.
8.5.
But we do have a lot of keys to victory here. And I'm going to start first with what I have for Texans keys to victory today, which is a lot of them.
And I have one. And remember, the game starts in 15 minutes, so we can't do our long form here.
I got a lot, but I'm going to try to do it really, really fast.
Guest in Arrowhead we want to bring on real fast.
So you want to text them and tell them he can come in now?
Yeah.
Text them, tell him he can come on. And we got a special guest that we're going to interview live from Arrowhead Stadium. Not Arrowhead South where we are, but from Arrowhead Stadium. So this is going to be great. But my keys to victory today for the Texans. Obviously, in their first matchup, all right, it was 29-17, obviously in favor of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And obviously, after that, Texans come in last week, wild card weekend. Chiefs get a break. They have a great showing against the Chargers. My biggest takeaway from that game was the defense, right? They're known for having a great defense, not so much offense, even though they have good offensive players. They're known for their defense. Well, Justin Herbert actually happens to be one of the least of the QBs that throw the least interceptions in the league. Yeah. In the regular season, Baker Mayfield actually led the league with 16 of them, and he only had 7. So fairly efficient, with the ball, good control, ball control. And he threw 4 just last week to the Texans in general. So these are some of mine, takeaways for keys to victory for them is number one, you got to pressure Mahomes and get Kansas City off the field, okay? Kansas City ranks in average, number 1 in average plays per drive of 6.67 and average time per drive of 3.8. And they're in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. So they've got to get Mahomes and company off the field.
Yeah.
That time of possession, time management is going to be their big key to victory there.
Right.
In their last matchup, Mahomes had actually an average of 2.5 seconds to throw. On throws less than 2.5 seconds, he finished 17 of 19 for 155 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Quick throws.
Yep.
He's not trying to throw down the field. Quick throws.
Right.
He's throwing. He's getting it out. He's getting the ball out. He's moving the ball down the field, and they're able to keep possessions alive.
Yeah.
Second key is changing the Texans, the defensive scheme on second down and making third down conversions longer.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs had a rushing success of 83.3% against them on second down and averaged 7.4 yards per carry.
Yeah.
On second down, making the third down conversion 3 and shorts for 83% of the time.
Right.
If not already converting on a first down.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is necessarily that Andy Reid is saying there on those second downs.
Right.
But he rushed a lot that game on second downs and really tore them apart.
That's right.
In order to make that ball efficient moving down the field.
Yeah.
Now for the Texans, linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair is expected to be back, which certainly should help their secondary. And last but not least for them is getting Nico Collins involved. He's arguably one of the best QBs or one of the best wide receivers in the league right now.
Right.
And they've got to get him involved.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily have a terrible game, but being one of the best QBs, you got to get him involved. You got to get running back Joe Mixon involved, and you got to have time of possession. You got to be efficient with the ball.
Right.
That's what they have to do. And so obviously they're probably going to be double teamed this go around. Not for nothing, but the Texans don't really rank very well in any offensive efficiency.
No,
they're
really.
22nd in offense, including 15th in rushing and 21st in passing.
Yeah.
So in order to beat the Chiefs today, you've got to be able to stay on the field and keep Patrick Mahomes off. Obviously, they plan to double team Nico Collins up, more times than not. So that means other receivers like John Mechie III, Robert Woods, and Hutchinson have to take advantage of some of that pressure that's going to be on him. And the keys to victory for the Chiefs is pretty plain and simple. Protect Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
You protect Patrick Mahomes. You allow for the opportunity for the Kareem Hunts, the Isaiah Pacheco's. He doesn't want to have to run unless he has to.
So let me interject there. We have to protect him. As everybody knows in Chiefs Kingdom, we've had a tough time at left tackle. And you know we have started at left tackle? He's not even a left tackle. Joe Tooney has gotten the call from Coach Reid to start at left tackle in this game against the Texans. So you're absolutely right. It's going to come down to protection against Mahomes.
Yes.
And it's going to come down to whether Shaq Mason can make a difference because he's back. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did. Yeah. So just to kind of go through it, you probably might have as well. But my second key for the Chiefs is keeping everybody healthy. Yeah. Okay, throughout the game. So previously injured players, DJ Humphries, safety Jamari Connor, Chris Jones, Jalen Watson, they're all expected to be back. Jalen Watson not having played since October, but they're all expected to be back. And obviously getting Jones back just in time to face arguably one of the NFL's worst pass protection units is, obviously a big deal for the Chiefs. Yeah. So those are my keys to victory. I mean, is it unattainable for the Texans? No. They've gotten this far. They beat the hot Chargers in wildcard weekend convincingly. So I think they ride some momentum. I think there is something to say about you having played the week prior instead of too much time off. You see that a good percentage of teams that have time off don't succeed as well or play as well because they're a little rusty, even though they got rest. So we'll just see with all these players back how they manage to mold together.
I think the thing that I would add, I agree with you. They have been a little rusty, but I know they've been on the practice field. I think the one thing that I would say is experience is important.
True.
And I don't know if you saw this, but it came out yesterday or the day before. Our 6 playoff captains, James Winchester, Harrison Butker, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, and Nick Bolton. Between the 6 of them, JB, they have 17 Super Bowl rings.
Wow.
17 Super Bowl rings. So there's no, for me, having that kind of experience at the highest level of the game is important.
Yeah,
it's
no,
very
absolutely.
Important. Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like any other sport. We've had a lot of conversations about like basketball teams. I always bring him up because it's always, because he's one of the best. But Greg Popovich, right? Mm-hmm. We've always said it doesn't matter, like in basketball, during that time of Tim Duncan and Ginobili and all those guys, it didn't matter what seed they were because their experience in the playoffs was unmatched. And so all they needed to do was get into the playoffs. It didn't matter which seed, and they were going to succeed and go on to win championships.
Right.
So I completely agree. And them being an Arrowhead yet again, which they don't lose very often on, I think is a huge thing for sure.
Well, we're 8-0 this season. So we got to bring him, and we have a special guest we want to bring in. He's in the back room. So let's see if we can bring in.
He's not in the back room. He would show up right down here.
So Chris, if you're listening, you're not showing up. We wanted to bring in somebody who started this group down here in Central Florida. 5-6 years ago. He's actually, him and his wife and family are in Arrowhead right now. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, he would be right here if we could. So while you're talking to him, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to keep talking here.
Yeah.
So this is going to be. It's been a great NFL playoff season so far. A lot of top-ranked teams, are kind of going down. Obviously, my poor Bucks went down this past week in a great game. I mean, it's not to put anything past Washington, right? Washington was 12-6 or something like that, 12-7 on the season, or 12-5, excuse me, on the season. And they had a great season. Jaden Daniels, there's no argument. He's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
And doing a great job there in Washington. And so it's awesome to see. I loved him as a quarterback, so it's awesome to see. Certainly excited to do that. But before the game begins here, we've got a few minutes. But while we're waiting to see, we're gonna pan over here.
While we're waiting for him to jump on, let's pan to the crowd. I don't know, Brianna, what do you think? How many people are here right now? 100, 200? How many people do you think are here? Any idea?
It's a slow pan, but we're gonna pan over here to the crowd here.
Pan. There it is.
So here we are, the outside area of Teak Neighborhood Grill, and they are all excited here.
Yeah.
They've been. I mean, I've actually loved a lot of the attire that they've been wearing. So you got not only dogs out here, but I saw somebody coming in with hats. Got a big old hat over there, which is pretty
sombrero.
Cool. Yep, little sombrero. And somebody else had. I think that might be the same guy. He had like something over his old Western style deal. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if what's his name is Mr. Chris is there. I don't see him here on this page at all for us to get him in because he would be right down here. I'm sorry, man. I really wish that I could.
We tried. Well, maybe we'll get you at halftime.
Yeah, we'll try to get you at halftime. You would be sitting right down here at the bottom. Obviously, Jeremiah could confirm that we do not see you down here, my friend, or else I would add you right in here.
Yeah.
So I do apologize for that. But so what do you think? What do you think the state, just to kind of throw out there a certain player? So here we are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
How do you feel Travis Kelce performs in the playoffs?
I mean, I think he performs better in the playoffs than he did during the regular season. A lot of conversation was like, is Kelce retiring this year? Is he spending too much time with his girlfriend? But people forget that he had, 97 catches, 823 yards, and 3 touchdowns in 16 games. I mean, the guy, he still showed up. He spent time with Taylor Swift. He traveled around the world. He was doing movies, Happy Gilmore too.
That's true.
He was in American Horror Story. So this man is multitasking, which is always great to see.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I don't know. One thing I do know about Travis Kelce is he brings it up a notch. We've seen that in 4 Super Bowls, 3 of which he won. So at the end of the day, he doesn't have to be the guy, but when it comes to it, he can make those plays. He can get the touchdown. He can get the win. And that's what I like about the Chiefs. I've been a fan, obviously, first game at Arrowhead back when Jimmy Carter was president. It's been a while.
Oh, my goodness.
It's been a long while.
And Jimmy
hat off to Mr. President Jimmy Carter. But,
R.I.P. Just passed away recently.
So, I mean, the key is, can our guys be mistake-free? Can Joe Tooney hold up the left guard side? Can Jalen Watson shake off the dust? He's been hurt. He's back in the lineup. He had 32 tackles, 6 passes defended in 6 games before injuring his ankle. But again, he's back, right? The only person that we don't have right now is Mecole Hardman. So listen, we have a deep wide receiving core. We've got great tight ends that Mahomes loves to hit. At the end of the day, we get a win, and I think we surpassed the 8.5 points that Vegas has given us. So I think we've got.
Go for it.
Do we have somebody on?
No. So I was just confirming that
at halftime and get some analysis. But I met them back in February 2020 when we played for the Super Bowl and won against the 49ers. Had been in it for 50 years. Just a great group of people here. Just they love on people. They, we have these red shots that we do every time there's a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's always a good time. But this is a great group. People really enjoy spending time together. Hey, how are you? So, no, we're excited to talk to him and see how that group started.
And if you're still watching, thank you again so much for allowing us to come out here and to do this. We've got, like I said, a great group of people out here. We're really, really excited. They're all kind of watching us and wondering what the heck we're doing.
Right.
We should be, and for all those that are watching on all of our apps, we've been doing this now for a little bit. One thing that we always want to make sure that we tell is that we're not just a sports podcast; we're a sports and faith podcast, right?
Right.
We're both strong men of our faith. So even with all the fun that we like to have here, talking about sports and just kind of talking it up, we are very, very strong men of our faith. And so that's the bigger message out of all of this that we do like to share as well. And he is our Lord and Savior, and we love taking the opportunity in this platform to not only have a great time talking about sports, but at the same time talk to people about Jesus, which is a great thing. So you got anything else to kind of wrap it up before the game starts?
No, I think so.
Exciting
I would say obviously go Chiefs, of course. That's why we're out here doing this. And the other thing is, I would leave it to you to kind of tell everybody where they can find us.
Yeah, so we're here at Teak Neighborhood Grill. We're right here. On socials, yes. But for here, we're at Teak Neighborhood Grill at 6400 Times Square Avenue here in Orlando. If you're here and you're following us or you're already streaming us from here at the restaurant, come up and say hi. At any time, even if we're recording, it's awesome if you come up and want to say hello. And we're really excited to be here. And without you guys, without our fans, we wouldn't be here. So it's a fantastic time. You can catch us on all of our socials. So every single week we do an actual hour-long podcast, the Chop Talk podcast. And so you can find us on all major social media platforms and on all of our podcast platforms. So the biggest ones are on YouTube at Chop-Talk-Podcast. So again, at Chop-Talk-Podcast. On Instagram, it's Chop_Talk_podcast. But I believe you can type in Chop Talk Podcast and still find us. Obviously, if you follow any of us on Facebook, we like to share all of our stuff as well. And then I would give you the TikTok, but I believe as of Sunday,
hold on now. Soon-to-be President Trump says he's going to put a stay on that. 90 days.
Good.
So we have a TikTok. Might as well give it to him.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to keep it open.
Yep. So I'm going to open it up right here. I'll give you our TikTok as well. That's where you can find the majority of our shorts at as well. So a lot of our things is at chop.talk.podcast and the number 0. So at chop.talk.podcast is 0.
Right.
So, all right, we are 2 minutes until kickoff. They are about to do the national anthem.
Yep.
Come back again. Catch us at halftime. We're super excited again to be here at Teak Neighborhood Grill. Thank you again for listening to us and watching us. Watch the first half. We're going to come back at halftime and have a whole analysis of the first half. Take care.